Dear Rectorate, dear professors, students, and all the other staff of this university. I'd like to give you a warm welcome to this debate organized by International Balkan University Student Parliament. This activity aims to increase and to promote the values of the students in this university and to give them the possibility of public expression. As we all know, International Balkan University, for us as students of this university, is like a second home, where we have always had the opportunity to express ourselves in various activities organized by this university. And today, we have that opportunity to hear some of the ideas, some of the arguments, some of the opinions from some students that express their willingness to be a part of this debate, with the topic, the effect of media. Before we begin with the debate, I have the honor to invite our General Secretary of International Balkan University with his speech, Mr. Visat Ramadani.
Thank you very much for your very warm welcome, honorable professors, your academic staff, youngsters, students of IBU, and last but not least, the counterparts of this debate to be organized today. It is my great pleasure to greet everyone on behalf of our rector, Professor Dr. İsmail Koca Yusufoglu, and bring to you his greetings for the initiative and for the activity of the Student Parliament, starting from this very important topic, the effect of media. Due to his absence from Macedonia, he is currently in Germany, promoting our university and establishing cooperation with higher education institutions and organizations from that country with IBU. He sends his warm regards to everyone here today. The role of the debate in our society, especially in academic environments such as universities, is very much important. In a world of troubles, in a world of wars, raising the voice for and against the issues of the world today is for sure one of the main duties of youngsters, educated intellectuals all over the world, just as you are doing here today. You have to address the current challenges of the society. You have to propose ideas and concepts which address them and find solutions to them. On the topic that you have chosen, media and its effects, for sure is a topic of discussion, because media nowadays, in its further extent in the world, is a key factor defining the way how political, economic, social entities address and behave on given issues. Especially in an era of globalization and social media, access to information is very easy and quick, and therefore everyone can influence others and vice versa, can be influenced from the information that is spread on the internet. The true role of media, which we have to agree, is information and spreading the truth, the accurate information to the audience and to the public. Whereas we find a situation in the world, without having to quote any of the main political leaders of the world, there is also media that spreads misinformation and misleads citizens of this world towards actions that are not appropriate. And therefore, they end with wars, conflicts, social repercussions, which we see absolutely all over the world nowadays. As I said earlier, effects of the media are a topic of discussion. And we are very glad that we see such discussion today here at IBU, where two parts, one on the positive effects, most probably you have concepted the debate on that way, and one part on the positive effects of the media. We'll try to debate, to spread arguments and facts for and against, and this is an event to congratulate, and in the end, on behalf of the Rectorate, allow me to congratulate the Student Parliament for this initiative to encourage you to engage even more in activities at university, in our society, because it is up to you whether these problems that we face in the world today will be addressed appropriately or they will be left unsolved, they will be exaggerated, and we will have even more problems that most probably solutions would be even more difficult to find. Congratulations once again. I wish a very fruitful, a very interesting debate among you, and never forget, you will always have the right to debate everything at IBU as long as the arguments for your position are something to convince the other side. We are here to support every activity of the Student Parliament and know that the counterpart of your initiatives will always be the Rectorate with its support and contribution to everything that you youngsters have to do in terms of ideas and creativity. I wish all the best to every one of you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Words and valuable words for us as students. Now the turn is for the President of IBU Student Parliament. I invite our colleague Ismail Berisha to have his short speech in front of you.
Thank you, Sarah, dear Rectorate, dear professors, and my dear friends or colleagues. I shall not extend more with my speech. Let time to our friends to express their opinions, critics about the media. My dear colleagues, let just me, in the name of IBU Student Parliament and all of us, to thank the Rectorate that show their uniqueness for our activities and don't hesitate to share their experiences in order for activities to be prepared perfect. Also, thanks to the professors that share their valuable time to be with us today and which will be the evaluators of the debate. In the end, I thank all of you that are present today here, and please pay attention to our colleagues that will be debaters. See you on the next activities.
Media nowadays has a special focus and effect in public. But we have to know that we should to be careful and in different cases to create some distance from it. Because as everything has its good side, also there are some negativity of it. Today we have the opportunity to hear some of them positive and negative side, in which these students are going to talk more about it and to prove us on what we take benefit of it and what we don't. In this debate, we will have the honor to see which group will be the winner, but also which member of both groups will be the best debater. So, for all this evaluation, all this decision from this debate will be from the jury, since we have there three professors from our university, starting from Professor Julita Sadiku, Professor Natalia Shikova, and Professor Sania Ajay-Belichkovsky. In the first group, about positive side, we will be speaking, dear students, starting from Asrin Bislimi, Buyar Bilali, and Adnan Ademi. While in the second group, which will speak from the negative side of media, is Muniba Hamza, Pranvera Susuri, and the last Muhammad Alek. Both of the groups are going to give a statement about the group they represent. Members of each group have to share the idea, the opinion, and the research they have done for the topic in case. And each of them have only 3 minutes to tell everything they have to say. So now I'm giving the speech to the first group. The time is for you. From my side, I wish you a good luck, while to the public, I wish them to enjoy this time and this debate. Have a nice time.
Dear professors, dear Secretary General, dear colleagues, dear all, It is a great pleasure participating in the first debate organized by the Student Parliament. I hope it won't be last. And we as a group are holding here the side of the positive effects of the media. And we are holding here the belief that the positive effects of the media are huge compared to the negative effects. And talking about positive effects, it is not sufficient just half an hour, but it is needed days and days to talk about that. We have been focusing on the three issues of the positive effects. My colleague Adnan Ademi will speak about social positive effects of the media. My other colleague Buyar Bilali will speak about psychological positive effects of the media, and then I will continue about the economic benefits of the media. And we support here the idea that I said the positive effects are huge compared to the negative effects or side effects. Here as an example, as all the products, all the services, or let's say things, have side effects. For example, a drug can cure the cureness, but it has the side effects. But we as a group have defined the side effects just as a drop of the sea, a drop of water in the sea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear professor, dear colleague. As Aslima mentioned, that I'm talking about the social side of the media, because the time is short, so I'm going quickly. Before to go on, firstly I want to emphasize that the media, it is the voice of the society. Media inform our opinions in all sorts of social, political and economical issues. The first point of this discussion, it is that the media is making informed society. Mass media can make the world smaller. The appearance of mass media means that we can get information from one institution of communication when you have a device like a radio, TV, computer or smartphones. Thanks to the new technology, which by using the new technology we are informed on time, when we want and where we want. All we need is just a smartphone, and we need internet in it, internet connection. People can access information at the click of the button, and then individuals become more informed about the national and international current affairs. The second point, it is the efficiency and economic aspect. By using Facebook, Skype, LinkedIn, we can reduce the cost of expensive tickets and long distances for attending conference in another country. But the most important part, it is that the time is money. When the time is money, why to lose time for such a long distance to travel just for one day and to make a congress in different countries? Well, the easiest way to make congress, just sit in a computer and make the congress. The third point, it is that the media increase children knowledge. Mostly this point it is criticized. I hope so. From the negative one, I don't have any question. But many social medias in the world, include Macedonia, use the child program. Children can learn from quizzes, from animal programs, and so on. As we have in Macedonia channel Pet Plus, Petco it is called, or in Germany it is one channel just for child program, it's called Super RTL. By watching those programs, children are affected in the progress of their IQ intelligence, creativity, skills, and so on. The fourth part, it is people get the latest news in a very short time. Distance, it is not barrier. People get news daily through the media, and this keeps them updated on the happenings around the world. It allows information to be shared with many people almost simultaneously. This can be hugely beneficial in some situations. The fifth point, it is the unity of the society. Another positive impact of social networking site is to unite people in a huge platform for the achievement of some specific objectives. For example, here we have the example of Facebook, which many groups the cooperation groups, it happens on the Facebook also. Our department has, as it is FAS, Faculty of Economy and Administrative Sciences, that we coordinate the group in the Facebook, and this is the unity in the society by using the Facebook. Another example, it is which, if you have known a person before 10 years ago, and you have lost contact with him or her, and via Facebook, it is just to write the name and easily you can find it. So thank you for your attention. Now is continuing where we love. Thank you.
Well, I'm honored to be part of this debate. I'm honored to have here my dear professors and my dear colleagues. So, as my friend said before, I'm going to give, a view of the positive psychological effects of media. Firstly, I want to emphasize three main points that psychological effects of media cause at us. First is help develop awareness. For example, most times live a life which is sheltered, so they are closed. Without media, they don't think out of their hood. But actually, with media, teens can realize that there is something more happening in the world. So after that, the second thing is that media inspires them. For example, seeing a debate of Bill Gates and another entrepreneur on TV talking about his career, teens can learn from Bill Gates that if he was powerful and he had knowledge, created something that was in benefit of people, he will inspire also teens to create a firm or something that will benefit us. Also, it's true that as a positive psychological effects is that media changes the mindset of teens. Actually, it influences them. But one thing that our colleagues from another group will say, media will make them more violent. Actually, everybody that had seen a film from the Thai Fundo or maybe Kung Fu films, everybody will remember the thing that Bruce Lee said to not use drugs, or Bruce Lee said that martial arts are arts that give good things to our body, also our protection. And how to end, also I have here as a positive psychological side that parents must take, to stop some things to be shown for their pupils or teens, is that exposure of media is a part of modern life, but everybody can help their child that they can show to him what is worth spending time and what is in it or not spending. Also, TV shows, games, and celebrities will cause like a trauma, positive trauma, will give a positive effect to the mindset that in the future, if he works hard, if he gains knowledge, he will succeed and he will do the best for himself, for his society, and for everybody else in this planet. Also, as I said before, the psychological part of parents that contributed and do the child protection, we can say that it's quite easy for our teen to watch whatever he wants in YouTube, Facebook, or other network sites. But trying to monitor our child is the thing that we are showing to him that beside those violent things and negative things, we have quite good things that must be seen. So that's it for me. Thank you.
For their valuable speeches. So now the turn is to the second group, to the negative part, the negative side of the media. And now I let the time for you. Please, you can continue. That time is yours.
So, as our group statement is obviously negative side that I want to show you, and we divided to each of us a different media outlets, like television, internet, newspapers, and also a bit of psychological view of how it affects on us personally. So what better way to show you that than through an example, because we as students are the most active group of social network users. We can spend hours and hours without even noticing how much time has passed, or even when we learn and study during our maybe midterm week, we tend to make a break, which initially may be 15 minutes, but it's prolonged half an hour, maybe an hour. So it made me question, like, is it addictive, and can it become addictive? Also, another question that I think is very important for us is, does it affect on our academic performance? I will start with the second question, so about the academic performance, and considering the example I gave you, I think we all know the answer, but I will give you, in any case, some facts. Reino Junko's article, as well as many other, Paul Baker and Koshan, showed a very concerning result that showed that significant negative relations between time spent by students on social networks and their academic performance, which means as time on online social network increases, the academic performance of student decreases. We come to our second question, which comes to an addiction. Also, this is I found while preparing for this debate, is that American Psychological Association classified the overuse of internet services as an addiction, which they included PIU, problematic internet use, in the group of addictions such as drug addiction, alcohol addiction, addiction to video games, to gambling, as well as some eating disorders. What I think is that not necessarily is media what is addictive, but what they give us and the needs they satisfy for socializing, making new friends, contact, belonging, and many other things is what makes it so addictive. So I will give
the second part that I wanted to talk about, the media aspect, or actually should I go there so everyone can see me? Thank you. Like, as I said, I gave importance a lot on how media affects us as our personality, and actually how we perceive ourselves and how we are satisfied with ourselves. And actually, based on the different researches that have been done, it is said that media affects a lot of negatively way rather than positive way. Some researches that have been done say that the average person is exposed to 5,000 ads per day, and all of them make them feel unhappy with themselves. While people try to reach some unrealistic standards of their body and weight and their face look, it is said that 90% of the women will say a lot of bad things about themselves. On the other hand, it's not that these media advertisements and these newspapers and different television shows affect only females, but it is also that they affect males as well. It is said that 40% of the males, actually of high school and middle school males, go to exercise a lot to increase their muscles and to have a masculine body. On the other hand, it is said that 8 out of 10 females are a lot of unhappy with what they see in the mirror. And this comes that 35,000 of females suffer from anorexia, where actually 10,000 of them can't survive till the end of the year, and it is a lot of big number. And research that has been done to 123 people that have been both males and females said that a lot television advertisements and models, actors on the movies, etc. influence them a lot, and they make feel them insecure with who we are, and make them unhappy with themselves. So this way we can say that media puts standards on what we can call beautiful and what not. And this makes a lot of also plastic surgeries increased ones, like not only in females, as I said, but also in males too. And based on this, we're so focused on changing the body parts of ourselves or the face parts to look beautiful and to impress others, but we're losing the hope that we are beautiful, and we're losing the natural beauty nowadays. And this is all that I can say. So my grandfather.
Hello everyone. Today I will try to mention about some negative sides of the media. As you know that something shaping our society is like law and order. I mean jurisdiction, legislation and executive, right? So there's one side of them hiding part and controlling our society, directing our society and committing us. I mean, there is something like 1% against 99%. I mean, nowadays, there is no matter you are black or white, Albanian or Macedonian or Christian or Muslim, something against all of us, and they're using that with the media. So, I mean, we need to give up from procedure to the media. You know, they're doing something like you try to chasing some black cat inside of the dark. So, I mean, we need to raise our lectures to this dark media and help this disgraceful also. So as you know that I am studying law, and I know that there is no accusation without proof, and transparency is tremendous. So let's look at something with my examples. So this picture from Syria, and we don't have enough coverage for that. We don't have enough sensitivity about it because the media deciding for us, you know, we're going to decide for what. So here we go. I mean, this is, I don't know, having more coverage and more valuable than this. I mean, I think we should take care of, you know, children, right? Not people's sexual behaviors. So, this is, I mean, the purpose of, you know, media, sharing and reporting the news, right? But they're producing something, they're spinning something and creating politics. I mean, this is causing this. So, I mean, how can I say, when, you know, some Muslim, you know, inside of the crime, they already, you know, organizedly relating our religion. So, I mean, okay, I don't want to get inside of it. So, here we go. As you know that, here's the telegraph, I mean, front page of the telegraph. I mean, there is one for them. She's a hero. For me, she's a freak. Anyways, the headline is British woman who is waiting for against ISIL. So, but they covering what kind of terrorist group she has joined. So, I mean, also, you know, that feminist groups, activist groups, you know, they couldn't, you know, criticize, you know, what she's doing over there. I mean, it's not the place for, you know, women. So, I mean, systematically, they sending somebody. You can call, you know, as like crazy or new Lawrence, I don't know. I let you decide for you. So here we go. It's more interesting. U.S. Central Command, they're cooperating with terrorist group in the Middle East, and probably none of you know, don't know. So they are training, you know, females. I mean, children females. I mean, there's always child abuse coming inside of it. So So where is the activist group? Where is feminism? I mean, where all? Okay, okay. So also, you know, all Europe against Daesh, but they letting, you know, other terrorist groups, you know, having campaign behind of the assent. I mean, it's not acceptable. I mean, it is not positive criminalization or it's not double standard. It is, I mean, there's no vocabulary inside of the, you know, dictionary. So here we go. We had fair coup happened in the Turkey, 15th of the July, right? So, I mean, that guy, I don't want to mention his name, but he is mastermind of that failed coup happened, but CNN gives a speech to him for, I mean, washing him out in front of the world. So, I mean, I think it's enough. The conclusion is we are too emotional. We don't have enough judgment capacity. Or, I mean, we pay attention to, you know, football games, reality shows, stupid television series, in social media, you know, some selfies, some dinner tables, you know. I mean, my advice, you know, as your colleague or researcher, you know, pay attention about humanity. Not for sure, for, you know, from yourself. So, thanks for it.
So, as the last media outlet, I chose television. In the recent years, there have been so many discussions about internet addiction, but I think a few years ago, it wasn't the case. It was the television that caused an addiction to us. TV is still a very relevant part of media, and I think we don't realize how much it influences us. Especially what I specifically wanted to speak about is about how it influenced on our youngest audience, which are the children. It's a fact that on many TV shows and many TV programs, there are more violence than ever before, and it becomes so normal and so inevitable that we don't see it anymore as a violence. We also tend to forget that our youngest viewers in that particular age, they tend to imitate what they see on television. So what the research had showed us is that there are three ways in which, psychological ways in which it can influence the children, and that is that they might become less sensitive to other people's pain, which means less empathy. They can be afraid of the world around them, and the third one is the most obvious, they become more aggressive. I think parents usually do the mistake that they let children watch TV for as long as they want, just so they have time to rest, cook, or do whatever they want, but they don't see how that can be reflected in the later years. Nowadays, children are not only exposed to violence, but also to inappropriate sexuality, offensive language, and also some of the studies show that violence on television is linked to increased suicide risk. So the last fact I want to give you is that all of the research that have done till now show that television as a medium has more negative effects than positive.
So now, after finishing their speeches, now I think it's the most interesting part where groups are going to have a question to the group in front of them. But before it, I would like to say to you, please be most respectful to the group while they speak, because they have the right and you have to pay attention about it. So please let us make more interesting, more exciting these debates, especially now when the questions are waiting. So if you have questions, please, this is for you. Okay. Then first decide which group is going to be first. But actually,
You should
yes.
go with the group that
Started.
that's next.
Univa and Romeo. Romeo said about the body transformation, right?
Yes.
And I think that she mentioned, that she mentioned about the negative side of the body transformation because the children sees what the famous people or actors do. For example, they made a Botox something. But I don't think that the media has that much negative side. In comparison, what we have in positive side, it is much bigger than in the negative, as you mentioned, for the body transformation. For example, in media we have about medical, how to protect your body, for example, from many bacteria or children, etc. You just mentioned just one part of negative. I think this is so small negative in the media. And also another replica to the Muniva, it is, as she said, that the TV affects the children. Okay, but as nowadays with the new technology, it is also our colleague mentioned about child protection, about psychological part. Nowadays, as the technology increases, there are many programs that protect children. It is called parental guidance. I'm sure that you know that. And parents, if they are aware for their children, they must install this part and protect the children from the abusation, from the negative side of the TVs.
Let me remind you, you have 2 minutes to conclude the answering.
Yes. Can I reply to you? You said that there are a lot of pills and how to protect our body, but the numbers that I gave, for example, for anorexia, there's 35,000 of females and 10,000 of them die per year. Are those females that actually read fitness and healthy magazines? So it is media that influences them to have the perfect body and to use different kind of diet pills and different kind. They quit eating actually, and this is why they die at the end. They die because they don't eat, and they don't eat because they see females on the media with perfect body, and that's all. Like.
But no one imposed to you. It is just your choice.
But it is your choice, but media influences your brain to make that choice.
Answer as well, because it's a very specific thing that I also wanted to include in my statement, but it was too short. The parental guidance. I think, I'm not from Macedonia, but I've read that in Macedonia there's only one TV channel that has that, and that the other ones don't. So I don't think that's a good enough excuse for us to say that there's media, there's violence in media that is limited. Nowadays, every cartoon has violence included in them, and every movie that's not only shown after 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or whatever the time frame you guys have here, it's in everywhere they go. So I don't think that's a good enough excuse to say that they are being protected or there has been any regulation for that. And also another fact that I want to show you is that it's research that showed that they have more negative than positive effects because it creates
application for the child protection, and parent can guide and knows what his sons or his daughter do. And also I have done the research. As you said, I have done the research. Also, I have done the research, which media also increases the children's knowledge. I read quizzes programs, animal programs, all of this stuff for children. This affect on the positive progress of the children's intelligence.
But are there
skills.
enough educational programs?
Yes, of course. All in Macedonia, I think there are.
How much
I
are
don't
they?
agree. I don't agree.
But children in the
How can you say that there are enough? Can you count some?
yeah, there are not enough, but there are. For example, in Macedonia, it is PET or PET plus.
It's one.
Yeah, then it was before, but now are closed.
Let me say, in Kosovo there is no one.
In Kosovo it is different.
So, actually we're not discussing about the media effect on Macedonia, we're discussing about the media effect.
I want just to mention something, as I have heard that you have said a lot of media negative effects, but I will say that it is because of the human nature and the human will. Because some states, let's say, or some people want to do that thing that Mohammed Ali mentioned, but because it is of the human nature, let's say, will. They want to do that like that, the media. It's not because of the media. Media can show you the positive sides. But that human nature, let's say human thought, will misuse the media and will try to share the content that is not useful for the people. After that, the TV effects that Muniba mentioned, parental guidance, that it is in all the programs or to all TV channels in Macedonia, you have the parental guidance, it's according to the rule, and after that, a child program can be just a program in a day, let's say, that can be misused, but the program is 24 hours, so imagine the percentage that the TV can show positive effects to the audience. So the percentage of one program is, for let's say, 10% or 8%, of vice versa to 90%. Because it informs the audience what the public policies are, what the news are, and let's say TV programs, TV shows that are useful for the audience.
I wanted to say something that now you think that the human nature and human psychology leads to get negative effects and not only positive effects, am I right? You say that it gives positive, but we get the negative.
No, you misunderstand this. I want to say, if we are just taking away the negative minds of some people, then we will have a positive media. We are, just say, we are deriving, when I would say, because of these minds, we have the negative effects. They are not all with negative minds.
You were talking about human nature, but if you have some weaknesses inside of your nature, I mean, do I should use it for my benefits? I mean, it's totally crime. So right now the media are of regulation. So how we make some regulation for bringing positive side?
And also because of the media, we tend to have people near us, or let's say, to see what is happening in Syria. If it wasn't the media, the Facebook, how we can know and how people can just make donations for them. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo did 5 million donation for the people in Syria. How it just was informed that in Syria that people are needed for this amount of money. Our whole people, let's say the case of Hasanbek, let's say in Macedonia, or Singlic, and other places happened in Macedonia, and after that we had donations from Turkey, from European Union, from other states, and because of the media, they acquired the information, and after that we had the donation and we have the positives of the media.
I have a question for this one. Do you think that Cristiano Ronaldo made those donations because of people who needed that a lot, actually they need it, or because he wanted to make a public?
Actually, it's a personal issue.
It's not a personal issue. It's not
Unacceptable.
Actually, we don't talk about it.
Why are we here in this debate?
Okay, can I say something?
Why are we here in this debate? We are just saying something beautiful, or just say something useful for the audience, or we are just showing off?
I'm not here to show off for the audience. Everyone here maybe knows me.
Since Mohammed Ali in media is doing black or white, or Christian or Muslim discrimination. We are seeing the positive side of everything. Just like, why do you do all those things? For example, you have documentaries that show us how we can do best things for our environment and for human beings. Let's take a concrete case. Penn University from United States of America made a research at pupils, and just like they went to 10 schools and showed to the pupils a documentary which was for poor and homeless people. A fact after that documentary was shown, in the effect that was on pupils or children was not Cristiano Ronaldo or Silvio Berlusconi or others to take highlights, but children from the years of 5 till 15 like collected $10 million just to help other people, other children in Africa. Or let's say our planet is going to shrink, even our humanity.
But
If you see it from the reality point. But since the parent guidance, you said like no morality, no thing. But if the parent takes the appropriate like advantages of him and guides his son or daughter to be morally correct and to do good for his thing, himself and others, that we will not have negative things. Just like you mentioned, Daesh and everything else. It's true that they may be, influences from the terroristic groups, but since you have documentaries for ambient, documentaries for education, why do you choose them?
Can I say something, please? As a conclusion to all of this, please. I want to say that not all things are black and white. There are many layers in between. Not everything is good or bad. Of course, there will be positive sides. Of course, there will be negative sides. What my point is, and our group point is, there are more negative sides maybe, but of course, there will always be benefits to it. And someone will be using it for a good purpose and for making good image or making people do good stuff in life. But also, there are people who are doing it for just to make money.
I like that
So
maybe that you said in negative things. Just to finish it,
Oh, come on.
respectfully.
Please, yeah.
So, I like that maybe that you said in negative effects of media. In positive effects of media, we don't have that, maybe. We don't have it because if we have the parental guidance from for the pupils, the pupils will learn and will be responsible and will give benefits to their community, to their society, and everything will go as it should.
I want to conclude what our colleagues about
Before
what
conclusion, can I say just one thing?
I want to say something
I just want to say that I don't know if you paid attention while you concluded positive things about the media, you talked about negative things first.
Because the best way...
You talked about us first.
Just a second. Let me finish it with this. The best thing to do, like positiveness, is firstly taking in consideration what is bad. And, this is bad. Yeah, we can do something. We can do something. We can change it. World is not war, only war. We have positive sides on it. I understand that your group, shows that there is more negative sides of media. But while we have like 100 cases that show us there is positiveness, everything is not
And
negative.
we have thousands of cases of negative.
Okay, then we have 10,000 of positive.
I must, because the time is over, now the time is for the jury. And we will give time to the jury to give us the result for the winning group and for the best member, the best leader actually. So we will, this is the hardest part. Yeah, exactly. It is the
Hello everyone. I don't like public speeches a lot. Today I'm happy that I'm here on this debate. First of all because it is about media and I'm from that part, media and effects of media. We all agreed that we want have one winner from both teams. We will have one winner as a team, and I'm happy to say, we are all happy to say that one of the teams won this debate. I will have to say that the team with negative effects won this debate, but not because they were more prepared from you. You were both prepared. You had excellent presentations here. I'm seeing that they are winning this debate just because they covered all of the media. You were more concentrated on the social media, and the topic of the debate was the effects of media in general. So that's the only thing that was what made us make this choice. Nothing else. You were both prepared. You had great presentations, great facts. I hope that everyone enjoyed. Thank you. And congratulations to you.
That's another problem. You should use your Balkan too.
Sometimes we don't have to think that there is a losing or a losing part or a winning part. In this situation, it was a good part and the best part. But because all of them was nice and everyone was sharing their ideas, their opinions, their arguments in the best way they could. Actually, now is the time, let me not forget, congratulations to the groups. Now is the time for sharing the diplomas, the certificates. I have the honor to invite Professor Judita Sadiku to Asrin Bislimi. Adnan Ademi. And Buyar Bilale. On the other side, Muniba Hamza. Ranveer Kusuri. And last, Muhammad Alem. I would like to congratulate both groups. Both groups were wonderful. So there must be a winner.
Actually, we are not disappointed. We are